Happy Monday to the Ungovernables, the Captain's Crew, the LFA family, McGroin Nation, coming to you live and cold from the deep red state of Tennessee on rumble.com/LFA TV. Welcome to Ungoverned on this end of the Schumer siesta. I mean, it's not official because the House still has to vote on the CR, etc. But the Schumer siesta appears to be over, and it'll be time for a fiesta ourselves. Stick around to the middle of the show. You are not going to want to miss what we're going to do today. It's a lot of fun, and I think everybody's going to enjoy it. So stick around to the middle portion of the show. Democrats have folded. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. It was the Democrats who folded after all of that. And they're admitting it now. Bernie said, tonight was not a good night. Well, it was for us. If it was a bad night for Bernie is a good night for America. That's like the rule, I think. What is this? Army Dog 777. Congrats, Sean. Your Jets just beat the second worst team in football to get a win on Sunday. Yeah, I'm not happy about that. You know, I would like Mendoza from Indiana as our next quarterback. But you know what the Jets are going to do down the stretch? They're going to win a few games, and people are going to be like, oh, look, there's hope for this team. I'll tell you what I am happy about, though. The Islanders beat the Rangers over the weekend. I got scolded for saying that on X by some Karen who was like, oh, you still believe in the Britain circuses? Yeah. By the way, Rumble Rundown on Saturday was amazing. And you know what's funny about the Rumble Rundown on Saturday, what we did, Jeremy and I? What? We were talking about how the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers are still, there's going to be a competition in that AFC North. Ha! And what happened last night on NFL Network? They essentially lifted our talking points. Not that they were watching. Maybe they were. Maybe they weren't. I don't know. But we on the Rumble Rundown, were ahead of the NFL Network. I'm just saying. Okay? So, you know, and we're like better. And like funnier, and we agree on more outside of sports than those on the NFL Network. No, I'm not taking shots at the NFL Network. I'm just saying we were kind of there first. We were there first. All right, here we go, folks. I'm happy today. It is a Victory Monday. The Jets won, whatever. That doesn't really matter. Islanders won on Saturday night.
You put the jersey on.
What happened? I put the jersey on. I put the jersey when we were on up 2-0, and then we scored 3 goals. We won 5-0. Rangers shut out at home? Well, I don't know. If you know the Rangers suck, clap your hands. If you know the Rangers suck, clap your hands. If you know the Rangers suck, and they really, really suck. If you know the Rangers suck, clap your hands. Woo! Let's go. Yeah. All right. There it is. Sorry, guys. Hey. Check out the Rumble Rundown on Saturday if you are on Saturdays if you are a sports fan.
Even I watch it. I don't care about sports.
We run it live from 9 a.m. Eastern time to 11 a.m. Eastern time, and we were out in front of the AFC North conversation. That's not to say, you know, we're right about everything on the show, but we had the conversation. You know, I remember saying to Jeremy, look, you know, if the Ravens win this week and the Steelers lose, it's a 1-game race, and they play each other twice down the stretch, and could be a little competitive down the stretch in that AFC North. So we had that. But this is not a sports show, as much as I would love for it to be a sports show. Yes, Mark's Madness goes, that guy was very mad at you. He was very mad at me on X for posting about hockey. The horror! Posting about hockey. All right. Now, let's be clear. I don't think the Islanders are going to do anything special this year, but they're entertaining. At least they play a fun brand of hockey this year. Anyway, the Democrats have caved on the shutdown. We've got clips of all of them melting down, including Bernie. We have 2 Bernie clips today. So we can have a lot of fun with the cranky commie Bernie Sanders of Vermont. I do want to show you this, though. Speaking of sports, say I do everything for a reason. Speaking of sports, did you see the Detroit Lions receiver, Amon-Ra, who's named after the Egyptian god, Amon-Ra St. Brown, hit the Trump boogie in the end zone when he scored a touchdown in Washington? He was playing against the Redskins, not the Commanders, the Redskins. The Redskins, okay? Look, here is Amon-Ra St. Brown scoring a touchdown. He points to Donald Trump, who's sitting in the press box, and hits the Trump boogie. Take a look at this.
Goff on the slant to St. Brown. He is in for a Lions touchdown.
Where is he? Where is he? There he is. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. Woo! Nice to see that. And here's, did you see Trump doing play-by-play? He was in the booth. This is the worst. It's the worst, but it's the best. Here's Donald Trump essentially commentating on the NFL game yesterday in the booth with Fox in that game, Lions-Redskins. Take a look.
Well, I would like that if you'd like me to, but I will say that your second string, your backup quarterback is a good quarterback, and he's had some very good games for you, and your first string quarterback has the potential, I think, to be a great quarterback. He's got to stop the injuries somehow. And let's see, we have a very important, I think this is a very important couple of plays.
Here we go. Second and 7.
Right, 2nd and 7. Let's see what happens. Whoa.
That's
right.
Krosky Merritt.
Not bad.
Takes it down to the 5-yard line.
That's right. That's right. Good runner.
There we go.
This is a very big play, don't you think?
I think
they have to get a touchdown. Let's put it differently. They just have to get a touchdown.
They have to score a touchdown.
My job, because that's what I was going to say. They have to get a touchdown.
Just forget about the play. They have to get a touchdown.
So you've done my job, now you've done his job.
Right.
I want more of that. Give me more of that. Give me more of my president having fun. And, whoa. What about it's like a handoff up the middle for about 6 yards, and he just commentates with whoa.
Whoa.
And, whoa. Okay. Not a bad run. They got to score a touchdown. I just thought that was great. I thought that was great. And you know what? To everybody who wants to whine whenever I talk about sports, you go, ooh, the bread and circuses. Arrivederci. Arrivederci. Get out of here. Have a little fun. Have a little fun. It's not for everybody, but it was funny. All right, we're going to get to the shutdown madness there. Dylan's in the chat too, by the way, who is a hockey player. He knows the Islanders are going nowhere this year, but he also knows that Matt Schaefer's a stud. All right, let's get to a word from our friends over at OFP Farms, and then we're going to have a ton of fun. We're going to have a ton of fun this morning towards the middle of the show to celebrate the end of the Schumer siesta with our own fiesta. Yes, we will have a fiesta this morning, and you're going to be I am so excited for this. I've been so excited for this this addition to the show since we started talking.
Yeah.
It is you guys are gonna laugh your butts off. All right, let's get to a word from our friends over at OFP Farms, OFPFarms.com, OFPFarms.com. Explore the wonderful quality of Faith Farm and Freedom products with a special limited time 15% discount on your entire purchase. Take a peek, a little peek. Look. Peekaboo at the lineup from OFP Farms, America's go-to soap company. They're famous for natural ingredients, the skin-loving perks of tallow and goat milk, and a big heart for farm-to-family skincare. Now, whether you're looking for gentle skincare or thoughtful gifts, these products bring together expert care and good values to make your daily routine that much better. Don't miss this chance to enjoy premium products that support your health and ethical choices for your entire family. Take a look. This is the Revolution soap. It smells like a new nation being born right here. The Revolution soap, OFPFarms.com, OFPFarms.com. They are the small family farm with big love. And if you use the promo code Sean, SHAWN, you will get 15% off of your entire purchase. That's OFPFarms.com. Take a look. Look at this on your screen. You see it. OFPFarms.com, OFPFarms.com. Check it out. OFPFarms.com, promo code Sean, SHAWN, for 15% off of your entire purchase. OFPFarms.com, promo code SHAWN for 15% off of your entire purchase. Happy 250th birthday to the United States Marine Corps. How about that?
Wow.
It is the Marine Corps' 250th birthday today.
Happy
Nancy,
birthday.
what I tell you? Did you guys just hear Nancy?
Nancy's got something.
Did
to
you
say.
hear? She's really spicy this morning. Happy birthday, 250th birthday to the United States Marine Corps, and to any Marines we have in the chat. I know that there are a bunch. Thank you for your service, and happy birthday to your branch of the military. Let's get to a word from our friends at Silent, and then we'll laugh at some Democrats. How's that sound? Does that sound fun? I think it sounds fun. Go to slnt.com/Sean for 15% off. Ladies and gentlemen, your phone is a tracking device. Between government agencies, big tech, corporate data brokers, even cyber criminals, they're all fighting for a piece of your digital footprint, and they're not asking. They just go on and take it. That is why Silent exists. Silent makes Faraday gear that blocks all wireless signals, including cellular, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, GPS, RFID, and near-field communications. You know what no signal means? It means no tracking. It means no remote access. It means no breadcrumbs. It's the same technology trusted by special operations teams worldwide, used to block signals, avoid surveillance, and secure communications wherever the mission leads. And right now, that technology is available to you to protect your family, protect your freedom, and secure your digital footprint. Just drop your phone in a Silent Faraday sleeve, and it is off the grid forever. Completely silent, invisible to the outside world. From their backpacks to their sleeves to their crossbodies, Silent's patented technology gives you control of your privacy. Visit slnt.com, SLNT, Sierra Lima November Tango. .com/Sean, Sierra Hotel Alpha Whiskey November. To save 15% off and get free shipping on qualifying orders, that is silent, slnt.com/Sean. Protect your rights, secure your data, and stay one step ahead. Silent.com, slnt.com. Silence the chaos and go silent today. All right. Let's get to this. The Democrats caved on the Schumer shutdown. It was always a Schumer shutdown. We know that Schumer was driving this shutdown for political purposes, health care for illegals, ACA subsidies for illegal aliens. These are subsidies that were put in place during COVID. There is no more COVID pandemic. That's not to say there's not a virus out there. That's not to say people aren't getting sick, but people always get sick, okay? It's like They put these subsidies in place to help Americans through COVID. COVID is over, so we don't need the subsidies anymore. It's like when you have a cold. I made this analogy many, many times. When you have a cold and you take Dayquil to help you get through the cold, once the cold is gone, you don't keep taking Dayquil. Supplemental assistance is just that. Supplemental. You can use it to get through a tough period of time, but once that tough period of time is over, you don't need the supplemental assistance anymore. Dayquil, antibiotics, etc. You don't live your life taking antibiotics every single day. At least I hope you don't, because it's really not good for you. Same can be said about the ACA subsidies that were put in place during COVID. They were extended during the Inflation Reduction Act. They're trying to extend them again. There is no COVID. There is no pandemic. There is no reason to have these subsidies in place. Okay? None. But the Democrats were arguing in favor of those because they know there are a lot of illegal aliens that wind up getting access to these subsidies through various ways, right? Various methods where illegal aliens wind up getting access to these subsidies. They want to make it look like you're going to make healthcare go up for the American people. My question is, these are ACA subsidies. What does ACA stand for? It stands for Affordable Care Act. The Affordable Care Act was supposed to make healthcare affordable, right? That's why it's called the Affordable Care Act. We following me, right? For the slow on intake liberals, the soils, right? We call them soils out there. ACA, Affordable Care Act, was supposed to make healthcare affordable. We call it Obamacare, right? Well, if the ACA, the Affordable Care Act, and the original subsidies that were put in place for the Affordable Care Act weren't sufficient enough that they had to add new subsidies, then the Affordable Care Act failed in its goal to make health care affordable, right? So my question is, just like Billy Beane always asked, if he's such a good hitter, how come he doesn't hit good? If the Affordable Care Act makes health care affordable, how come health care is not affordable under the Affordable Care Act? Is that a fair question? I think it is. If the original subsidies that were put in place during Obamacare's first days for the Affordable Care Act, if those subsidies did not make healthcare affordable and you needed new subsidies, then the Affordable Care Act is a failure. Obamacare has failed, and it is time for Democrats to admit that, but they can't admit that. They cannot admit that anything that Barack Obama did didn't work, because that's racism, right? You can't criticize the first black president. Can't do that. The Affordable Care Act has been and was always destined to be and always will be looked at now as a failure. It did not make health care affordable. It failed. Now, the Democrats were fighting to have those subsidies extended. Obviously, a lot of that went to illegal aliens. We talked about the Newsweek article from May that basically said $92 billion in costs would be shifted from the federal government to the states if those subsidies were taken out of budget plans and appropriations and, if those cuts were made. So we know, and those states, those 14 states that were giving health care to illegal aliens were going to have to foot the bill themselves instead of being reimbursed by the federal government through the ACA subsidies. We know this. We've talked about that. We talked about that in the first days of the shutdown. Bernie Sanders is very upset with the shutdown deal. Let me play for you this. This is his speech yesterday on the Senate floor.
And that the way the process has been developed, it is impossible to delay the votes that are going to take place. And if that were not the case, that is certainly what I would do, because I think it is important that the American people fully understand what is being voted on today. Everybody in America knows that our current
Wait. Look at this cranky face. Watch
because
this.
I think it is important that the American people fully understand what is being voted on today.
Look at that cranky Bernie face right there.
That should be a meme.
That's the cranky communist. He's a cranky commie. Think about it. He's a cranky communist. Let's keep it playing.
Everybody in America knows that our current healthcare system is broken.
Why?
It is dysfunctional. It is cruel. It is by far the most expensive healthcare system in the world.
Shut it, Bernie. Time out. You know what? We have to do a live reaction to this video. This is a little audible, little play calling here at the line of scrimmage. The healthcare system is dysfunctional. Bernie! That's the Affordable Care Act, my man. The healthcare system is dysfunctional. Americans know that. Then you're admitting the ACA failed. Let's keep playing the cranky commie.
And the only healthcare system of any major country that does not guarantee healthcare to all people as a human right, covering every man, woman, and child. We are unique in that respect. And yet tonight, what this Senate is about to do is make a horrific situation even worse. So let's be clear what this vote is about. If this vote succeeds, over 20 million Americans are going to see at least a doubling in their premiums in the Affordable Care Act. In my state of Vermont and throughout this...
I just got the compliment of a lifetime from Eli. He goes, I was listening. Okay, Sean, enough of the Bernie impressions. And he looks, and it was Bernie. Thank you, Eli. Appreciate it. By the way, it was Star Wars weekend on AMC this weekend. I watched The Empire Strikes Back twice. How about that? Bernie Sanders, okay, Americans don't want health care to be unaffordable. Our system is dysfunctional too.
By the way, we're already over 800.
How did we do that? We're 800 at 9:20 in the morning. Look at that.
Wahoo.
Mo knows Bernie Sanders is an a-hole. Here's Bernie again. Tonight was a bad night. That's what he posted on X. Tonight was a very bad night. So I said tonight was a very good night. And tonight's going to be a good night. Listen, tonight was last night was a very good night for Republicans because, well, you could look at Bernie Sanders is upset, and obviously a lot of the people on the left are upset because Chuck Schumer caved. We're going to do Bernie in a second. Let's go to CNN. This is CNN. Let's go to CNN and listen to CNN admit that this was a Democrat-led shutdown the whole time. Watch this.
We've got plenty more on the other side. We will talk much more about this. Again, you're looking live at the Senate floor as the Democratic filibuster has been broken. We have so far reached 60. We're waiting for the official count. But right now, 60 votes that would unlock moving forward with this plan to reopen the government on the Senate side. A quick break. More on the other side.
Excuse me, what'd you say? The what was broken? CNN, can you say that again?
We've got plenty more on the other side. We will talk much more about this. Again, you're looking live at the Senate floor as the Democratic filibuster has been broken. We have...
The Democratic filibuster has been broken. I thought Republicans were shutting the government down. Wait a second. Hold on. So it was the Democrats, CNN. The truth shall set you free. You lied about your age. Come on, guys. Did you hear it? They're admitting it. The Democratic filibuster has been broken. So the Democrats had been filibustering, air quotes filibustering, because they weren't actually filibustering. The Democrats had been filibustering for 40 days to keep the government shut down over health care for illegals, and they were trying to rile up their base going into the 2025 gubernatorial elections in Jersey and Virginia, and the Supreme Court races in Pennsylvania, and of course the mayor's race in New York. The Democratic filibuster has been broken. Thank you for admitting that this was all about the Democrats holding the government hostage. I appreciate that, CNN. Thanks for letting the truth slip through. Thank you. Thank you. This was a Democrat shutdown the whole time. The whole time. We explained it to you like you had to be 5 years old to understand it. You need 60 votes in the Senate to pass this continuing resolution. There are 53 Republicans. You got to take Rand Paul out of the mix because he's an automatic no on everything. So there are 52 Republicans. You need 8 Democrats. Last night, you finally got 8 more Democrats to join and reopen the government to invoke cloture and end the debate on this stuff. And so now there's no more filibuster, et cetera, et cetera. All right? So you need 60 votes. You don't have 60 Republicans, which means you need Democrats. And the Democrats just voted in favor of it last night after 40 days, and they achieved nothing. They got nothing for it. Nothing. It's not like they can say, oh, we got the health care for the illegals. It's not like they got nothing. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. My question is, and every American should be asking this, everyone, anybody who's experienced issues with SNAP, anyone who's experienced issues with their flights, anybody who's experienced issues getting deliveries because of their flights, anything. Every American should ask this question. Anybody who's missed pay because they're a government official, any American who's been impacted by the shutdown or has to have heard about the shutdown for 40 plus days should ask this question. Why did Democrats do it? Why did the Democrats do it? They didn't get anything done. Here's MSNBC, not happy. They're not happy with Chuck Schumer. I don't understand why Chuck Schumer couldn't get... Good. Ask these questions. I want the liberals to hear this. Watch this.
To me, this idea of left or right or more progressive on ACA subsidies, almost 80% of Americans want the subsidies to continue. That's not left or right. That's right and wrong. So almost 60% of Republicans want the ACA subsidies to continue. Chuck Schumer should have negotiated a better deal. He should have been in the public more. He's not a bad guy, any stretch. He's just not the right person at the right time. We're going through a different time. We're dealing with a GOP that's an anti-democratic movement. They don't care what the American people think on an issue like this. So I think, honestly, this is the end of Chuck Schumer as we go forward.
What do you think of that, Anthony?
You know, I've never been a Chuck Schumer fan.
Look at this, 2 votes.
But I'm not ready to write his obituary just yet. I mean, you don't get to be the Senate Democratic leader for as long as he has without some raw political skills. And
explain to me then, from a purely political or raw calculation, what is it that Chuck Schumer's doing? Winking and nodding to like a cohort?
I started with, I'm not his fan. I'm just trying to acknowledge his raw political instincts. I thought he walks around with his flip phone from another era. God bless flip phone. I don't want the flip phone lobby. I think I said this last time I was here to come after me when I was criticizing Chuck Schumer. But
I didn't mean it as a critical thing. I just meant saying, like, help me understand what could possibly a political calculation for Chuck Schumer here. Because to your point, if he's looking at where some parts of the party are going, if he's looking at where some people who are up for election, why would he say emphatic no and then make it even more?
So okay, I can offer a theory.
Yeah, please,
I don't
because
know if this is correct.
the emphatic no only makes him look weaker. Doesn't make him look stronger. If he's trying to, I guess what I was going to say really quickly, just to finish it up, is like if he understands that he has some people in a vulnerable position, then you're the leader. Come out and say, guys, I got to help these people. I'm going to lead them to the promised land. But he's out here saying no, and then he's being undercut by this cohort.
Well, we don't know, but it is possible that
he said emphatically no.
Look at that hair. What is that on her head?
Motivation is,
right?
But one possibility just offering this is that.
Ma'am, you have a scene enemy on your head.
The politics of the party for him to say no, but for other people who are not facing re-election, who are maybe not facing a potential challenge as leader, to take the heat, and you can kind of have your cake and eat it too. I think that could be what's going on.
I think it opens the door for people to primary some of these folks. If you're a
Uh-huh.
Democrat who's just kind of going against the leader who's saying no, 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 you may find the left flank of the party coming after you.
So let me give you.
the flank, though. Remember, ACA subsidy is supported by nearly 80%.
That's right.
Yeah, that guys are crying about it. Now, here's the thing I'm going to tell you. Be careful what you wish for. Be careful what you... Schumer's done. He's toast. You could tell he's basically politically... Oh, I don't want to use this term because it's not a good term. Dead man walking. Is it dead man walking politically? Don't hurt Chuck Schumer, please. Politically, he's a lame duck. Hypothetically, he's a rhetorical dead man walking, okay? His political career is very much in jeopardy. And he knows that. He knows that. But be careful what you wish for if you're a Republican. Because, I'm going to tell you, the radical left, they make these promises to primary their opponents, and you know what they do? They follow through. They follow through. We don't follow through. How many times have I heard that Lindsey Graham is going to get primaried, only for him to keep winning? The radical left, at least when they want to do something like this and replace these old has-beens, they view them as washed up, not far left enough. They actually do something about it. AOC is probably going to primary Chuck Schumer, and AOC is probably going to win. And AOC will probably be a senator. And AOC will likely rise through the ranks of the Senate and become some sort of either, minority, party leader, minority leader, hopefully never the majority leader. So all I'm saying is be careful what you wish for. Now, I of course, I like to see Democrat, quote unquote, infighting, but they're a lot more organized. They're far left. Their grassroots is a lot more organized than ours, and that needs to change. But it doesn't look good for Chuck Schumer. It doesn't look good for Chuck Schumer. It doesn't. It doesn't. Here's Bernie Sanders one more time. Tonight was a bad night. Here's Bernie Sanders one more time, very upset about the government opening. Now, hold on. On one hand, the Democrats told me that it was bad that the government was shut down because children aren't being fed and the SNAP benefits and the air traffic controllers and the troops and government workers. But now they're voting to reopen the government. All of those things are going to be solved like this with the snap of a finger. Illegals don't get health care. But tonight is a bad night because Americans don't have health care. Watch this.
Tonight, 8 Democrats voted with the Republicans to allow them to go forward on this continuing resolution. And to my mind, this was a very, very bad vote. What it does, first of all, is it raises healthcare premiums for over 20 million Americans by doubling, and in some cases tripling or quadrupling. People can't afford that when we are already paying the highest prices in the world for health care. Number 2, it paves the way for 15 million people to be thrown off of Medicaid and the Affordable Care Act. Studies show that will mean that some 50,000 Americans will die every year unnecessarily. And all of that was done to give $1 trillion in tax breaks to the 1%. As everybody knows, just on Tuesday, we had an election all over this country. And what the election showed is that the American people want us to stand up to Trumpism, to his war against working class people, to his authoritarianism. That is what the American people wanted, but tonight, that is not what happened. So we've got to go forward, do the best that we can to try to protect working class people, to make sure that the United States not only does not throw people off of health care, but ends the absurdity of being the only major country on earth that doesn't guarantee health care to all people. We got a lot of work to do.
It's a creepy video. Isn't that a creepy video? He's like in fisheye. I am stealing, by the way, Soondog's description, or Sundog, S-U-H-N dog. I'm stealing his new nickname or characterization of Bernie Sanders. He called him a call it dry. Hold on, I'm going up to dried up walnut of a man. That's up there with Stubbs, and he called Martha Raddatz that skin suit wearing beast of a woman. I love it.
Isn't somebody to the
A talking catcher's mitt.
Yeah.
That one's mine. I came up with that one. That was also Martha Raddatz. But I am stealing that. I am not a dried up walnut. Take that back right now, or I will take you off of your health care. Oh my gosh. So there it is. Very creepy. Bernie Sanders video. Very creepy. He's not happy. If he's not happy, we should be very happy. Okay? So the shutdown is over. The shutdown is over. And I think, what do you think?
What?
It's time to party. Folks, I am so excited. It is time for a fiesta. So it is time to put on our sombrero. Okay? And I have to introduce to you a brand new sponsor of our show. I kid you not. I kid you not. Their name is Captain Shitties. Captain Shitties makes some of the best salsa in the world. Captain Shitties. You will have a shitty time if you, in a good way, if you eat this shitty salsa. I'm going to keep doing that. Experience the vibrant, sun-soaked flavors of the Southwest with this delicious salsa crafted with a meticulous blend of farm-fresh ingredients. There are no shortcuts here. Just vine-ripened tomatoes, crisp onions. Guys, this stuff is so good. Crisp onions, a medley of zesty peppers, and a perfectly balanced spice blend that delivers an irresistible kick. This is a salsa for the flavor enthusiasts. Its robust, chunky texture makes it the ideal companion for endless culinary adventures. Use it to transform simple tortilla chips into an extraordinary snack. Layer it onto sizzling carnitas tacos for an instant upgrade. Mix it into your morning scrambled eggs or use it as a dynamic marinade for grilled chicken. The complex layered flavors offer a perfect balance of heat and savory depth that mass-produced alternatives simply cannot match. Stop settling for bland dips and watery sauces. Seize bold flavor and truly elevate your next meal or gathering. Discover the genuine taste of the Southwest, where every bite is an authentic explosion of flavor. Go to www.captainshitties, SCHIDDYS, not SHITTYS, okay? Captain Shitty Salsa. Captain Shitty Salsa, $6.99 a jar. This stuff is incredible. And you know how you know it's good? I eat keto, right? But we're breaking keto live on the show today because it is the Schumer siesta, the end of the Schumer siesta. So it is time for a fiesta. It is fiesta time. We're going to have some Captain Shitties right now. Let's see. You ready? Here it is. Man, that shit is good. Come on. Get in here. Get in here. Don't you want some? Don't you want some shitty?
Yeah, give me a taste of some shitty.
Put this shit right in your mouth. Let's go.
Oh, that is good.
Guys.
That's my first time trying it.
Guys.
That's really good.
Guys. I may have to stop the show early because this is so shitty. All right. Let's get back to business here. Guys, that shit is so good. That's shid. SCHID.
That's some good shit.
That's some good shit. All right? That's CaptainShitties.com. Captain Shitties. SCHIDDYS. CaptainShitties.com. Folks, you're going to love this. It's really good, actually. I want to keep eating it. And I don't usually break keto. I'm starting to sweat now because I just had carbs. You see this? It was worth it because Captain Shitties is amazing. So check it out. And come on, how do you not like the name? Captain Shitties. SCHIDDYS. CaptainShitties.com. CaptainShitties.com. Next up, a word from our friends over at Old Glory Bank. It's oldglorybank.com. Oldglorybank.com. This is your favorite president. You know who I'm talking about. And I'm here to tell you about Old Glory Bank. They're the premier bank for faith and freedom. You've heard me talk about how the big crooked banks debanked me and our beautiful First Lady following the rigged election of 2020. Thankfully, there's a bank that loves your favorite president as much as I do. That bank is called Old Glory Bank. They don't debank Americans who love their country and honor the Constitution. That's right. You've heard me talk about Old Glory Bank. Old Glory Bank is America's best online bank that serves its customers and small businesses in all 50 states. I'm a customer. My wife is a customer. They have everything that you need to bank online, including free accounts, free overdraft protection, early direct deposit, home loans, VA loans, and business loans. That is why Old Glory Bank quickly grew from $10 million to over $225 million in deposits. Your money is your business. Open an account today in minutes at oldglorybank.com and join the right side of banking. That is oldglorybank.com, oldglorybank.com. If you're down with OGB, get in there with oldglorybank.com. That is oldglorybank.com. Guys, go order Captain Shitties right now. It is so. Is it not good
There's
salsa?
nothing like eating shit first thing in the morning.
You know. And the best part is now I can say shid and not SHIT, and nobody can get mad at me because they're a sponsor. And we had a very shitty time eating Captain Shitty. Look at this. Come on. Captain Shitties. There it is.
Dun.
That's it. We love it. All right. Go ahead and order. Guys, it's so good. You know what?
Do you have a code or anything?
No, it's just
Okay.
it's just CaptainShitties.com.
Okay, someone was asking. I think
CaptainShitties.com. So pick up a jar today. And
they also have meat sticks.
They also have meat sticks. Yeah. And a couple of other things on there.
We're at 900.
No. Magamo now. Magamo having a shitty time too. Here we go. There it is. All right. Very low volume.
He sounds like when you did the count.
1, 2, beautiful, 3, beautiful salsas. All right, there you go. Yeah, you could have a shitty omelet. You could have shitty nachos. You could have everything. Could be shitty. It's great. All right. Don't get mad because it sounds like he's saying the S word. It's literally the name of the freaking thing, okay?
Everyone's enjoying it.
Captain Shitties. There it is. Check them out. This stuff's great. I'm telling you, it's really good. Okay. Obviously, the far left is very upset with the shutdown deal, and that's a good thing for us. I want to take a quick step back from the shutdown talk right now, and I want to talk about something that's going on in New York right now. You guys understand that the Bucktooth Botox Bandit of Buffalo, sometimes we call her the Bucktooth Botox, the Bucktooth, wow. The Bucktooth Botox Booby Bandit of Buffalo, because that one time she had the white.
Put him up.
And she was, stick him up! This is a stick up! She's in a real bad place right now. She's already unpopular because, come on. I mean, who's inspired by that, right? But so she's already in a bad place right now. But what did I say when I said that going into the 2026 gubernatorial election, right? Hochul is going to have to walk a very fine line. All right. Now, Stefanik has officially announced, and I think that's great. And I think she's got a real shot. A, Hochul is unpopular. B, Stefanik is equally a woman. That matters in the identity politics battle, which shouldn't matter, but it does because of the way politics are right now. She's a prolific fundraiser, right? At least Stefanik can raise a ton of money. And she's from upstate. She'll have the upstate vote. Long Island's going to get behind her. Because I know things. Long Island's going to get behind her, okay? Now, Elise Stefanik is going to use Zohran Mamdani as a boogeyman. Right? Elise Stefanik is going to use Zohran Mamdani as a boogeyman. She's going to point to him, and she's going to say, that is what you will get for 4 more years if you reelect Kathy Hochul, right? That's what's going to happen. But Kathy Hochul knows that. So Kathy Hochul is saying, well, not so fast. I'm not going to let Zohran Mamdani do all of the things that he says he wants to do. Well, who is that going to get very upset? That's going to get the passionate far left in New York City very mad at Kathy Hochul, the Bucktooth Botox Booby Bandit of Buffalo. That's going to get her very mad at her because they voted for Mamdani so he can create this socialist utopia, which was never going to work in the first place in New York City. And then Kathy Hochul comes in flying on her broomstick and says, not so fast, I'll get you my pretty and your little dog too, right? So Kathy Hochul, the Bucktooth Botox Bandit of Buffalo, says, well, wait a minute on that whole free buses idea. Not so fast, Zohran the moron. You will not have your free buses after all. Here's what Kathy Hochul said about her opposition to this idea of free buses. Obviously, she can't run for governor She can't ask people for their vote if she's like, hey, but I'm also going to raise your taxes to pay for buses in New York City. It's not going to work. A lot of people are going to be very upset with that. So what does she do? Now, if she comes out staunchly against the free buses and the tax increases that would pay for the free buses, what does Mamdani and the progressive motivated radical left in New York City do? Well, they could withhold their support. They can withhold their endorsement. And she may very well win the primary without New York City if they put up a candidate. But she will have a very hard time winning the general election if New York City comes out with tepid participation, right? With tepid enthusiasm, with very kind of vanilla support, right? So listen to Hochul. Hochul talk about free buses. Watch this. And again, this is going to be interesting because if she doesn't get behind this idea, the radical left may withhold a lot of their support from Kathy Hochul, leading to a Stefanik win. So she's really in a no-win situation because if she gets behind the idea, then Stefanik goes, look, do you want your taxes paying for free buses in New York City when you get nothing for free outside the city? Hochul's in a very bad spot right now, and it's because of Mamdani. But take a look at what she said about free buses a couple days ago.
Well, I'm from Buffalo. We don't put up with a lot of crap. So I just want to set the stage that, you know, you look at the history of people who've run multi-million-dollar ad campaigns to try and get me to change my position. I don't change my position. So I just want to put it out there. I respect people's opinions. I respect the proper place to convey them. And so I've said to people, I hear you. And that was important. But also, there's a time and place. And so that's all on that. No, I've had conversations on this trip, but many conversations, I'd say over the summer and the fall, that were important, that led to an understanding of what's in the realm of possibility, shared ambitions, but what is doable is the question. And so, no, we're aligned on so many of these issues. You know, I've made it clear where I have strong disagreements with issues that really do not pertain to, you know, the governance of New York City. I've said you need to get a police commissioner that people trust, who has a record of accomplishment to keep the trajectory that we're on right now, which is crime is going down. Crime is going down significantly. You don't say mission accomplished, but that is a great trend. So him agreeing with that assessment, that recommendation to keep Jessica Tisch, was an important statement on many fronts. So I'm looking forward to, you know, him having our teams keep a lot of conversations with our teams. We said we'd be talking, you know, I'm meeting him very soon to talk about our response if there is a surge of ICE agents and National Guard that do come, perhaps after his inauguration, and how we can be proactive in preventing that from happening. Yeah. And that's the state I'm in right now, prevent that from happening. So we've had a lot of conversations. So no, I think there's a mutual respect. And that's gonna, I think, only grow deeper.
So that's a
keep up that guys bond and banner work.
Perfect transition.
Now you could see how uncomfortable she is because if she gets Mamdani mad, especially right now, no good. Now I think we need to get another pair of these, and we got to paint all the rest of these like red, okay, and just leave the two buck, and make them go way down, or maybe we could
get a buck teeth.
I wonder if we could find like bucktooth chompers.
Yeah, we could.
You know, because this is Kathy Hochul. By the way, everybody in the chat's very mean to Kathy Hochul. Okay, everybody in the chat's very mean. I don't endorse that. Oh, yes, right. I do. Yes, I do. I think it's so funny. People talking about the teeth and what she could do with them or not do with them and things like that. My goodness, you can tell how uncomfortable she is right now with regards to her stance on the free buses, right? This is bad for Kathy Hochul. She cannot run counter to the radical left right now. Kathy Hochul says no to Zohran Mamdani's New York City bus plan. The transit system relies on the fares to function. Mamdani's proposal for fare free buses was a central promise of his mayoral campaign. He has called on the MTA, which is controlled by Governor Hochul, to eliminate fares entirely. The MTA has previously expressed skepticism towards the plan, which Mamdani has estimated could cost $700 million. Do you know what happens if you make the bus free? Do you know what happens if you make the bus free?
Somebody else has to pay for it.
Well, that's part of the, yes,
Okay.
because you do have to gas them up. Who pays for that? If the taxpayers are paying for a service, then the service isn't free, right? Because the taxpayers are paying for it. But do you know what happens in the immediate term, tomorrow? If buses are free tomorrow, meaning there's no gateway to entry, right? There's no barrier to getting on the bus. Right now, the barrier to getting on the bus is what? Paying, right? Paying the fare. If there's no barrier to getting on the bus, you want to take a guess where all the homeless people are going to go? Oh my gosh, they're going to be like, I heard Brandon Strzok say this on with Wilkout last week. The buses are going to look like rolling homeless shelters because how do you kick them off? How do you kick them off? There's no fare. It's free. It's accessible to everybody. So now you're going to need more buses, right? Who's paying for that? Who's paying for that? The taxpayer, right? What happens when you have free buses? They're going to be breaking down. They're not going to be fast. They're going to be taking forever getting all over the place. You're not going to be able to kick people off. People are just going to sit on the bus all day long because it's free. There's no, or if they get kicked off of one bus, they'll just go on another bus. Guys, this is going to be a disaster in New York City if you try to do this. But the problem is, those are the promises that Zohran Mamdani made, and Kathy Hochul, to her credit, knows that he can't do that. It's not going to be doing that. In an interview on NY1 last month, MTA Chair and CEO Jano Lieber explained that the effects of a free fare proposal would need to be studied. Quote, if a lot more people are riding the bus, are we going to need more buses? Are we going to need more drivers? If the buses are free and if the system is fareless, how do the drivers get paid? Well, we're going to tax the 1%. What if the 1% leave? Like David Tepper did in New Jersey. Will we need extra depots? What will be the impact on subway fare revenue if everybody moves to the buses or some people move to the bus? These things need to be studied. Hochul's pushback against a key campaign promise of Mamdani comes despite her backing the socialists during the campaign. Still, Hochul clarified over the weekend that she does not support the Democratic Socialists of America, of which Mamdani is a member. I don't support them. I've made that clear. I'm telling you guys, this is going to hurt her. That's going to hurt her. She added that New York City will remain a capitalist city focused on our legacy industries that must prosper because they're the ones who generate the economic revenue, the revenue that we use to have programs that lift our people up. She's not wrong in saying that. She's not wrong in saying that. But you know what the problem is? You know what the issue is? Her base, her supporters, and the people that she needs, they don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that New York City is a capitalist city. They just elected a socialist. Hochul's in trouble. Hochul is in a lot of trouble. Okay? A lot of trouble. All right. Quick break. I want to talk to you. Well, actually, you know what? Quick break. We're going to do a word from our friends over at goldencrestmetals.com/LFA. It is goldencrestmetals.com/LFA.
Hey everybody, Jeremy Harrell here. Look, I want to talk to you a little bit about gold and silver. When I was a kid, I always wondered what Fort Knox must look like. And when I was a kid, I always envisioned that when you would walk into Fort Knox, you would see just gold everywhere, literally raining gold, kind of like what you see behind me right now. Unfortunately, as a grown-up, I don't have that kind of imagination anymore, and I don't even have that much trust that Fort Knox has the 5,000 tons of gold that we're supposed to have there. Meaning that decades ago, we went off the gold standard in this country, which took the value of our dollar down to just mere pennies. And since our federal government doesn't want to go back to a gold standard currency, then it's time to us to take matters into our own hands. Have you ever thought about buying gold and silver? Have you ever thought about taking portions of your IRA or your 401k or your nest egg or your savings and putting it into gold and silver, either all or a portion of it? Have you ever wanted to purchase silver like this in bullion or premium? I know I do. And I know I wanted to take matters back into my own hands, which is why I have worked with Golden Crest Metals to do that. GoldenCrestMetals.com/LFA is going to be your go-to, absolutely transparent and trusted partner. Now, you can go to that website or you can call 888-308-4202. And what the good thing about this is they're going to guide you. They're going to talk to you. They're going to guide you. They're going to give you all the answers to your questions. And there's going to be no hidden fees. It's completely transparent. No hidden fees. No pressure, no surprise markups whatsoever. Clients get to see everything before they purchase. They've even agreed to lower the minimum investment to the LFA audience in order to make sure that everybody has access to this. Free IRA storage, free insured shipping, and a full range of precious metals from gold, silver, palladium, and platinum. And if it's easier for you to just maybe click a QR code, well, guess what? We've got that available for you too. Right here, ladies and gentlemen. Click this QR code on your screen, and it'll take you right there. goldencrestmetals.com/LFA. Again, goldencrestmetals.com/LFA, or call 888-308-4202 today to reach these guys. They're going to be a great partner for you, just as they have been for me, and we absolutely recommend here at LFA TV, goldencrestmetals.com/LFA.
That's goldencrestmetals.com/LFA, goldencrestmetals.com/LFA. I think I saw Bad Moon just misspell the word share. It sees CHARE. He wants you to chare. I love it. Chare. El chare.
I can't say anything because I
love
spell
it.
horrible too.
I love it. No, I love it. I think it's great. I saw it. Goldencrestmetals.com/LFA. Folks, here's another one. You know what? I want to get to this Mamdani. Before that, we got to do Tri-Armra. All right, let's do This story from Mamdani it reminds me of 2022. I'll get to this in a second. Okay. Folks, Tri-Armra.com/LFA TV, Tri-Armra.com/LFA TV. You know, I'm always on the lookout for ways to strengthen my immunity, my gut health, improve my fitness and metabolism, especially after eating Captain Shitties, right? No, that ignites your metabolism. I'm starting to sweat. I had carbs for the first time in 2 weeks, right? Enhance my skin and hair radiance. That is what Armor Colostrum can do for you and more. Colostrum is the first nutrition that we receive in life and contains all the essential nutrients our bodies need in order to thrive. Colostrum can help reactivate hair growth and help your skin glow. It can help fortify your gut health and ignite your metabolism. And it can help fuel your fitness, performance, and recovery. Just go to Triarmra.com/LFA TV and enter LFA TV to get 15% off of your first purchase. Triarmra.com/LFA TV. That's TRYARMRA.com/LFA TV. We are 24 likes away from seeing Tucker, not Carlson, so don't be scared. He told that story about getting scratched by a demon again, and it just sounds completely silly.
It's probably real, because the spiritual world is real, but he is a nut job
Well,
now.
the demon entered him, if that's what happened. And that's very possible, too, with Tucker Carlson, because he's a foreign propagandist at this point. Now he's singing the praises of the Venezuelan government, which means he's probably taking money from the... I don't know. Just making observations and noticing patterns, right, guys?
Just asking questions.
Just asking questions. Is Tucker Carlson funded by Venezuela? Okay. Zohran Mamdani says he's not concerned about all the people leaving the NYPD. You know, there's been these resignations from the NYPD, the FDNY, but, you know, NYPD, police department, they keep people safe. Mamdani's not concerned because he's just going to hire social workers. Mamdani says he's not concerned with the exodus off of the police force, vows to fix it by replacing cops with social workers. So if you're getting robbed, if you're getting mugged, if your store is being burglarized and broken into, just know when you call 911, a social worker is going to come to talk to the criminal, right? Remember what they said in 2022? If somebody's mugging you on the street, tell them, hey, didn't we go to school together? He'll probably stop mugging you. Are you effing crazy? What do you mean they're going to stop mugging you? I say, please stop. The person's going to say, with all due respect, F you, give me the money.
Wait, didn't we go to school
together? Hey, didn't we go to school together? Didn't we go to school? So Zohran Mamdani now says, don't worry about the NYPD. We're going to fix this by making social workers police officers. Great idea. Great idea. It's not going to work. What do you think? You think social workers are going to... What do you think? Social workers are gonna make everything safe in New York City? It's going to be the way to go? Socialist mayor-elect of New York City, Zohran Mamdani, said on Friday that he is not concerned about backlash from law enforcement following his election victory and reiterated his plan to have social workers carry out certain duties currently done by law enforcement. During a visit to Puerto Rico, why was he in Puerto Rico? There's apparently mosques in Puerto Rico. He went to a mosque there. Probably ate with his hands in there, too. During a visit to Puerto Rico, Mamdani asked if he was worried about backlash from law enforcement community. Quote, I'm not worried about the backlash. What I'm worried about, frankly, is the continuation of a retention crisis that we've seen only deepen during the course of the campaign. He argued that the ongoing decline in police staffing is not due to his policies. It's never his fault or rhetoric, but rather to the strain placed on officers. Mamdani reiterated his plan to remove certain responsibilities from police and transfer them to social workers through the creation of a new Department of Community Safety. The Department of Community Safety. All right, we have hit 1,000. Bring him over.
He doesn't like to be held.
He doesn't like to be held, so he's going to squirm.
He's going to be,
Look at him.
on?
Yeah, he's on. Look at this little guy.
Oh, there he goes.
He's squirming. He's squirming. He's like, put me down. Put me down. All right. Here we go. Finally, Donald Trump floated this idea yesterday, I believe, on Truth Social. It was either yesterday or Saturday. My days are all confused. I think it was yesterday. People against tariffs are fools. We are now the richest, most respected country in the world with almost no inflation and a record stock market price. 401ks are highest ever. We are taking in trillions of dollars and will soon begin paying down our enormous debt, $37 trillion, record investment in the United States, plants and factories going up all over the place. A dividend of at least $2,000 a person, not including high-income people, we don't know where the threshold is, will be paid to everyone. Okay. Do you support that? Do you support that? I'm not against it if we have the money. I'm not against it if we have the money. I'll tell you what's kind of scary, though. And look, the 50-year mortgage thing is something I'm not necessarily behind. Now, you don't have to pay all 50 years, right? You can refinance into a 30. You can pay down the principal balance with your savings. You can invest your savings in the S&P 500, and then in 20 years, 30 years, liquidate some of that and pay off. I get all that. I feel like this may lead to another 2008 type crisis where people are jumping into a house and living beyond their means, and I don't know. But this is the new thing here. This $2,000 for everybody tariff dividend check. So what will you do with yours? Will you buy Bitcoin with it like people did in 2020? Those folks are doing really well. All right, Jeremy Harrell is up next here on rumble.com/LFA TV. It's rumble.com/LFA TV. And I just remembered I forgot to end the stream early on YouTube and on X. So you guys got a full show today. I'll remember tomorrow. Folks, rumble.com/LFA TV. Hit that thumbs up button. Make sure you hit that follow button. Make sure you stick around for Jeremy Harrell, who comes up next with Live from America right here on LFA TV. As President Trump says, we will never give up. We will never give in. We will never, ever surrender. And if all else fails, we'll just become ungovernable. Thank you. God bless you. God bless this one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Have a great rest of your Monday. We will see you tomorrow back here, 9 a.m. Central Time, 10 a.m. Eastern Time for Ungoverned. Until then, thank you. God bless you. God bless America. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Jeremy Harrell is up next.